So before we begin solving equations, you need to understand that there are four quadrants, and all these quadrants have different signs of trigonometric ratios. In the first quadrant, the sine of any theta, cos of that particular theta, and tan of that theta will always be positive. But in the second quadrant, only sine theta will be positive, and tan and cos theta won't be positive. In the third quadrant, we have tangent function as positive, and in the last quadrant, we have cos function as positive and the others as negative.
Okay, so now let's do some questions which will clear our concepts that we have studied up till now. How to find the value of tan 300. Now we know that tan 300 is present in which quadrant? Fourth quadrant. In the fourth quadrant, the value of tan will always be negative. So whenever we have tan in the fourth quadrant, it becomes equals to negative tan of alpha. What will be the alpha of 300? If we draw 300 as an angle, then the alpha with the x-axis becomes 60 degrees. So we know that negative tan 60 and tan 60's value is under root 3, so we add a negative sign, and this is how you find the value of tan 300 using the identities. The question tells us that tan A is negative 5 over 12 and tan A and cos A have opposite signs. We need to find the value of cos A and cos 90 degrees minus A. Now you need to understand that tan is always negative in the second. So we have two options and we need to now further choose one option of one of the quadrants. So the second information given to us is tan A and cos A have opposite signs. So in the second quadrant, tan and cos both are negative. So they have the same sign. Whereas in the fourth quadrant, cos is positive and tan is negative. That tells us that in the fourth quadrant, the tan and cos have negative signs, opposite signs, and that's how we are going to choose that this angle A is present in the fourth quadrant. Now if we draw the triangle,
and we have been given that tan of A will be 5 over 12.
so now when we use the Pythagoras theorem and write 5 over 12 as opposite upon adjacent and take out the side hypotenuse, it's going to come as 13. Now we need to take out cos A. So cos A is basically adjacent upon hypotenuse, which becomes 12 over 13. And in order to take out cos 90 minus A, we can write it in simple words as sine A using the identity that we have, and sine A is going to be 5 over 13. So whenever we are given the fractions as we were given, we are going to determine the quadrant and draw the triangle. Drawing the triangle will give us all the values of all the three sides, and we can simply find out the trigonometric ratios of the angle that we have. Another question that we'll be doing is, in this question, we need to find out the value of x for the range 0 to 360. Now, how do we find out the values of x? First of all, we need to convert it into the equation. So in order to convert it into this form of an equation, in which I am just writing sine, but it can be sine cos tan x is equals to k. So in order to convert it in this form of an equation, I'm going to divide the 2 with the 1. And as this cos has a square in it, I'm going to take this square as an under root on the other side. And I've converted it into this form. This under root tells me that there are two signs, positive and negative. So cos has been positive and negative in all the four quadrants. And that's why for the answers, I am going to consider all the four quadrants and not going to specify only two quadrants because we have positive and negative answers for cos x. Now what I'm going to do is find the alpha. Because cos is positive and negative both, so I can just use the identity cos x is equals to cos alpha is equals to under root half, and from this I can take the cos inverse of under root half and find the value of alpha, which gives me as 45. And my alpha is 45. If I try to draw the alpha in all the four quadrants, why am I considering all the four quadrants? Because there's a plus and a minus both over here. So that's why if I draw the alpha in all the four quadrants, the theta will be as follows: 45 degrees, 135 degrees in the second quadrant, 225 degrees in the third quadrant, and 315 in the last quadrant. So my range was from 0 to 360 degrees, and I have these four values for this equation, and these are the values of x. So in these kind of questions in which you are required to find the value of x, then you need to convert the equation in the form sine cos tan x is equals to k, in which I have done it in here in this step. And then you need to take the identity according to the value, either it is positive or negative. If it would have been negative, then I would have chose the second and the third quadrant, and then I would have put a minus sign over here. But now as it is negative and positive both, I am taking cos x as cos alpha. I first need to find cos alpha, and then I need to draw the alpha in all the four quadrants, and then I need to find the values of theta or x. Okay, so the last question we'll be doing is positive angles x and y are such that x plus 2y is equals to 300 degrees and tan y is equals to 2 cos 160 degrees. Find the values of x and y. Now, these are the two equations that have been given to us, and when we need to find the values of x and y, we have this equation that we can convert in the form tan y is equals to k. So we can directly find the value of 2 cos 160 from the calculator, or an alternative step can be that we can convert it negative 2 cos 20 using the identity and then find the value. It won't make any difference. Now that we have tan as negative, tan is usually negative in the second and the fourth quadrant. So we have this identity of tan y is equals to tan alpha, negative tan alpha, and negative 2 cos 20. So the value of negative 2 cos 20 comes as negative 1.88, and we have this as the tan alpha. When we're going to cancel out these negative signs, we can find out the inverse tan of 1.88 as the alpha, which comes out to be 62 degrees. Now this is the alpha that we have found for tan y, or the angle y. Now we said that tan y is negative, so it can be either in the second or the fourth quadrant. Now that it can be in the second or the fourth quadrant, we can have two values of y. The first value can be 180 degrees minus 62 degrees, which can be 118 degrees. And the second value can be in the fourth quadrant 360 degrees minus 62 degrees, which will be in the third quadrant then. And the second value which we can have is 298 in the fourth quadrant. Now, before we put any of the values in the initial first equation that we have, x plus 2y is equals to 300, we need to check that both of them are positive angles. Yes, they are, as it is given in the question as well. However, we can only choose on 118 degrees because this angle will satisfy the equation if we put it in the place of 2y. Otherwise 298 degrees would never satisfy the equation, and thus we're going to substitute 118 degrees with y. So our equation becomes somewhat like this, and we get the value of x as 64 degrees. With this, we can get the value of x as 64 degrees and y as 118 degrees. And we have answered the question. So as a review, you can have two or three kinds of questions. If you are required to find the value of x, then you need to convert it in the form sine, tan, or cos x is equals to k, and then you can find the value of alpha, and then you can find the values of the corresponding values of x. If you have fractions that are given to you, then you can simply make a triangle for fractions and find out sine, cos, tan ratios with the triangle. And lastly, you need to remember the identities which have been given to you and will be further added as the chapter continues.